When everybody's living on windmills, ain't nobody worried about the wind chill. Cause to keep us warm, we got thieves and thorns, and at least one of you.
How's it going, everybody? William Gaming here, back with another video, and today's video was supposed to come out on Friday, but I've been really busy lately, so I just didn't have time to make it. But it's finally coming out today, and I'm trying to make more videos and be more scheduled, but just bear with me. It's been a very busy time of the year. Nevertheless, I wanted to do a review on the Ghost Recon Wildlands beta that I played a couple days ago. I mean, I don't know when it ended. I think it ended last week on Sunday or something. It ended a while ago. But I did play a couple days of it. I played like probably about 12 hours of it. And I just wanted to go into detail about how it felt playing it, the world environment, and just a couple different things about the game. So for starters, the first, I'd say about 2-3 hours of it, it's a blast. It's really fun. It's very different than any Ghost Recon game I have ever played. As the game starts, it doesn't really hold your hand throughout it. It kind of just throws you into the world, and you get to decide how you take on an enemy, how you take on a base, and progressively, as you get further and further into the two little sections that they give you to play, it gets harder and harder. The bases get bigger and bigger, the enemies get more expansive, and a lot of them even seem smarter in a way. And it's really fun to tactically decide how you're going to take the entire base down. I didn't get a chance to play with other people that I knew because I played it on Xbox, so I don't really play on my Xbox all that much. I really ever only play single player experiences. I play more PC multiplayer involved games. So I would imagine that it's way more fun to play like that, like play with somebody that you know, or play with a couple guys that you know and take down all these different bases and stuff. But as a single player experience, it's still pretty fun to play. I mean, I enjoyed every minute I played of it. I never got too bored. The way you upgrade your skills and get different weapons is very interesting. You basically level up, which is just a regular skill advancement system. I mean, nothing too special there, but the way you get different weapons or different attachments is kind of interesting. You'd have to go to different bases and stuff and kind of go into those bases and get those attachments or weapons, and you'd be able to use them then. I thought that was really fun, and it added a fun little mechanic, especially for people like me who like to get every single item in a game that you can. So there are even some mechanics that completionists would like. Now let's get into the things that I didn't particularly like. Number one, the driving. The driving mechanics felt so awkward. It almost felt like every time you would take a turn, it felt like you were sliding on ice all the time. So it was really frustrating, especially when there's supposed to be these big high action chases that happen, and it just never felt quite right. It always felt just awkward to drive anywhere. The helicopter controls were really awkward as well. The helicopter felt really heavy. And the plane controls were they were pretty horrendous. I mean, it was very difficult to fly and land planes all the time. So just vehicle controls in general felt really awkward and not very refined. The AI was alright. I mean, it wasn't the best AI I've ever experienced. It was pretty good. Pretty typical AI. Of course, there's always going to be times where you're going to have slip-ups where the AI just does not cooperate. Your teammates do not want to do what they should do, and a lot of the times the enemies would see your team members, but they wouldn't say anything. They only cared about seeing you. So that felt really weird. It takes away from the realism of tactical situations like that. Now, the world space was really fun, at least in the two sections that I got to play, but over time it just gets to feel repetitive in a way. Like, you keep seeing a lot of the same things to do, and there's never any random encounters or anything like that I experienced. So it always kind of just felt, oh, you go and take down this radio tower, or you go and infiltrate this base and take this intel, or so it always kind of felt like you were doing the same thing over and over again, kind of like in The Division. So the people I'd recommend this game to would have to be people who like games like Destiny or The Division or World of Warcraft. People who like repetitiveness and doing the same thing over and over again, like grinding to get better gear, better skills, better loot. I would not recommend it to anybody who wants a truly tactical experience or a shooter experience, because it's just not what you're getting here. I mean, at least in my expert opinion, I don't see it as a game where tactics really make a difference, because I always found myself either always trying to be super stealthy and sneaky, and anytime that I would get caught or anything like that, I never felt like I was being punished for anything. It always felt like I could handle the situation either way. So that's just a few thoughts that I had about the Ghost Recon Wildlands open beta. If you are interested in the game, I will leave a link to Ghost Recon's site in my description, not because I'm sponsored or anything, but just because I like to give credit to people who make these wonderful games that everybody loves to play, especially if you're on my channel. You know, I love to play all kinds of games. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.
2 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1.